What is good, ladies and gents? How we feeling? We're back. We're back on the big screen, baby. We are here. It is Thursday night. We were so close to that weekend, ladies and gents. I know you guys are getting excited for it. This is the Bet Champ Show after hours. Got the fellas in here. Got a lot of stuff going on. U.S. basketball today. Some great stuff. And, of course, we are getting closer and closer with all these preseason NFL games coming our way. How you feeling today? Let us know in the chat what you're doing, what you want to hear tonight. If you want to add to the discussion, always give you a shout out. Love having you guys a part of the show. But, of course, this is the Bet Champ Show after hours, and the fellas are here. We got Blue Devil Boulevard. We got the Soch man in the house. Soch, how we feeling?
Feeling good. I mean, USA won today in a nail biter, so that was kind of the big news of the day. But other than that, obviously we got some NFL games going on. Giants and the Panthers playing, a couple other teams. But no, I mean, honestly, the big news of the day is USA basketball. So it feels good. We got to win under the gold medal game.
100%. And ladies and gents, of course, we got the guy you're always here to see. We got TV-less. It's on off today. But we got big WWE in the house. E, how we feeling?
Good. Had to chew on my Tums and drink a bottle of ulcer medicine during that game. But
jeez, what a game.
I don't know how, but USA pulled that out onto the gold, onto France, and onto the gold, hopefully. But yeah, what a great, it depends on what side you're looking at it. But what a great game. I think our whole office was on the feet. Nobody was working. We're in front of the TV, and it was really something pretty amazing to watch.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely a nail-biter, competitive game in its all and whatnot. So we'll kind of let's go through that real quick, Sacha. How are you feeling? Obviously, USA moves on to the gold medal round for a chance to take it home and everything. How do we feel about seeing the game today? What are you looking forward to? We were saying kind of on the last show too, Steph was definitely due for a big game. We had mentioned that he hadn't really been playing well for the Olympic team, but he definitely showed up and showed out today. How are we feeling about it? How are we feeling?
Yeah, I mean, Steph obviously had 17 points in the first quarter. I mean, he was all of the offense for Team USA, and like we've all been saying, like he hasn't had his Steph breakout game just yet. He got a couple of shots early to go, and once he gets going with a couple of shots made, I mean, it's all guns blazing. He kept them in the game for the first quarter. Serbia was making everything. They started the game like 5 for 5. It was a nightmare first quarter for Team USA. Everyone was making everything over there on Serbia. Steph was keeping them in the game. Kevin Durant, I think, was scoreless in the first half, which is not a good recipe for success. So, I think Steve Kerr might look into starting Kevin Durant in the gold medal game. I mean, it's all fun and games, starting your lineups, but I think that was a good wake up call for them to start your best players and keep them rolling. Obviously, Serbia is a very talented team. They got a couple of NBA players in Jokic and Bogdanovic, but people don't realize that Vasilij Micic is a EuroLeague MVP. It's one of the highest awards that you can get overseas. And just because, he's not an NBA – I mean, he is an NBA player right now. He's on the Hornets, but, they got a stacked squad over there. And I think people saw that in the first half with a lot of these guys making three-pointers, playing defense. And I think it was a good tester for Team USA, obviously going into France. So I expect them to, come out with a lot more fire in the game.
Yeah, look, I know we were joking around on the text line this evening. Listen, man, all you can do is throw flowers at Serbia. I mean,
they're a good fucking team.
If we played this game 9 more times and the score being what it was in the fourth quarter, I don't know if we win half of those. Like, it's really hard to how we pulled that out. They just did. But we have the best players in the world, and that's what I've been saying, and I know Sacha has been with us since we started the friendly games. And this is kind of shown it again. This is going to be their toughest competition, I think. I think France, I know they got Wemby, you got Rudy, you got the bigs, but Man, Serbia had us on the road. Serbia had us. I mean, if they pulled that out, what an upset. And they could have, and it could happen again. So just all honesty, joking aside, man, Serbia balled their ass out. They just – you can't stop America. Who are you going to get? Someone's going to step up. Someone's coming through. That's just how we have that team. Our team is basically an all-Madden team, if this was football on the Madden game. Doesn't matter. Another game, no Tatum, no Halliburton, don't matter. You guys didn't even need to come out. We're just going to take this. But, yeah, it was just exciting to watch. It's one of those things where you kind of remember that. You're like, where was I when USA was down and they came back? And, man, that was crazy. France is home. They won I think France took the hard route, right? They got through Canada, got through Germany. We had Australia and Serbia. Now let's see what happens. Hopefully this was USA's stumble. Hopefully this was their shit. Let's wake the fuck up.
No, we had Brazil and Serbia.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Brazil. You're right. Yeah. So, no shame on. I hope Serbia comes back for the bronze and it just doesn't fade away. But you can't rely on a player that can't grow a full beard at 28. That's all I'm saying.
I think it just goes to show, the best players in the world are in the NBA, and those players were on Team USA and everything. And that's what we do, baby. That's what we do. I mean, and we kind of talked about this too the other night with guys having off nights and everything. What the beauty of Team USA is, all these guys, a lot of them can have off nights, and you see what Steph did today. Steph stepped up, did his thing, and just provided what he does best. He's an absolute shooting machine. These guys are the Avengers. They're the Monstars. They're all 99 overalls. They did what they were supposed to do. Team USA won. Everyone knew they should win. They're going to win. That's what they're destined to do right now, and they're going for the gold. So shout out to those guys. I just got to say, shout out to Jokic as well. If you're a Denver Nuggets fan after watching today, I think you should be very happy. That I'll definitely say that with the work he's been putting in.
Or Serbian.
Oh,
or Serbian
of course,
fan.
100%, 100%. Yeah, 100% respect to those guys. Now, Jamal Murray is definitely another story. We'll probably get into that another point and everything. But Sach, who are they rocking with over there on that France squad?
Well, that's part of the thing that I wanted to get into. I mean, people are talking about Jokic just playing with a bunch of no names. I mean, let's talk about France. Like, they're playing with. There's no names when it comes to FIBA basketball. Like, a lot of these dudes have been playing this style of game for a very long time. And can France beat the USA? Absolutely. We saw today that anyone can really beat them. But you have to play lights out. And the Serbians are well known a lot more than the France guys. I mean, I'm going to just go off the record and say, ZJ, can you name a guy over on France besides Wembanyama and Gobert?
Patty Mills.
No, that's Australia.
Yeah. You were confident too with it.
Evan Fournier.
Evan Fournier, yeah. Is he a bum? Yes, he's a bum in the NBA. So, I mean, I'm just telling people, like, there's no bums when it comes to
Patty. You always got to throw out Patty Mills.
Patty Mills is a great player.
Patty Mills is always playing overseas, man.
Great player, yeah. But when you look at France, let's go over their starting five. Wembanyama, Nick Batum is the guy that people know. No. Do people know Yabusele? Do they know Cordinier? Do they know Frank Ntilikina? I know E knows Frank Ntilikina, but it's not just one person when it comes to these Olympic Games. A lot of these guys have been in that style of play for a very long time. Jokic is very, fortunate. He got a very good team. He got EuroLeague MVP, Vasilij Micic. I mean, he got Bogdanovic. He got a lot of these guys that stepped up. And France is another team, just like Serbia, where they have a lot of guys that can step up to the plate and make shots. The thing about these European games is USA out of a 7-game series the best team? Absolutely. Like, there's no debate. But when it comes to the Olympics, it only takes one game. And that plays into the advantage of a lot of these teams. They're going in there saying, hey, give it all everything you got for 40 minutes. And all we need is just one or two quarters to really take this thing over the top.
And they're host nation.
They're the host nation. They're going to have home court advantage.
Yeah.
Wembanyama, I mean, even going off of that, Wembanyama has had an off Olympics. He's not shooting the ball well, not playing to what his standards are, and they're in the gold medal game. So if I'm Team USA, I'm still, treating these guys with a bunch of respect. And I think after the game that they had against Serbia, they're going to be locked in more than anything. You got 40 minutes to do whatever you got. So, Team USA, they're going to be ready. So, that's all I'd really say. This team is stacked.
And that was, that was the point we had, I don't know what it was, a week or two ago when talking with Whit was here. And I was saying, you can't put any of these teams up to the dream team, and it was during the Brazil game, the announcer made the point that there's 74 active or former NBA players playing in the Olympics. Yeah. We didn't have that back then. You know who's playing in the Olympics? We're the American team, when it came to the NBA. You might have had a couple Detlef Schrempf somewhere or whatever, but this game has grown so big internationally that everybody's coming. My hope is that this was a wake-up call. You know how that goes, right? Hey, you go out, you get punched in the mouth, and Steve Kerr has these guys ready to go first. America just seems to get got in the first quarter.
Always, yeah. Always.
Yeah, and you got to get past that. And I know it's because these other teams are up, but the big difference between France and Serbia is we're playing in Paris. That whole stadium is going to be Frenchmen. We'll have an American section,
right.
But we are going into a hostile zone.
That's their territory over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't have time to be like, hey, we'll turn it on. We'll get it in the fourth quarter. Let's just win this thing. I want to go home in the third. Let's just have it done, right? So, yeah.
It's interesting. I want to piggyback off of what you said with the whole international thingy. Sach and myself were talking about this a while ago. Just how you look at a sport like soccer and how popular it is international. Like you look at an NBA player, you take like a Steph Curry, and you see how many followers he has on Instagram. Obviously, it's in the millions and whatnot. But you look at like some of these soccer players, they're in like the billions, and that's just because of how international they are. But with the NBA now, to what you said, the NBA is getting so international, it is starting to blow up more and more and more, which is going to be great for the game of basketball, which I'm excited for and everything. Obviously, the NFL is one of the top dogs right now, but basketball is getting up there with how many international players we're having now come into the league. You look at this past draft class, like the first top 5 guys, all international players and everything like that. So it's awesome. It's cool to see. It's a sport that's just getting thrown out everywhere, which I absolutely love. And it's definitely going to make the game better and whatnot. And to kind of what Sach is saying, these guys have been playing FIBA rules since they were, since they could hold a basketball and everything. Yeah. So this is the game they know and love and whatnot. And it's just going to continue to expand, which is awesome if you're a sports fan, especially if you really like ball.
Yeah.
And maybe
even like going off of what you said, like you're saying football is the top dog. Globally, basketball is more of a sport than football. Football is only American.
Yeah.
Football is really only American. There's no other NFL like football teams like across any state. But when you talk about like internationally, I think football takes over basketball here. But globally, basketball is the number one thing. And I kind of wanted to even go over like even rewatching that game and watching the highlights on that game. Joel Embiid got to get his flowers for that game. He had 19 points. He shot 8 for 11. He's not a good fit for the team. I think we've all been kind of like realizing that going up to all these games.
Yeah. Well, he's not American.
No, he's American. He went here. He played high school basketball here.
He took a test. Yeah. And he probably had somebody go take it, but yeah.
No. He's American. When you break it down to it, he's American.
No, I'm saying he wasn't born here, to ZJ's point, and he has 3 citizenships because we took him from France. He was going to be playing with France. And we took him from the French team to come over to our side, which would be interesting with Embiid, Wemby, and Gobert all stars.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really
that would have been amazing.
I mean, Gobert's a guy that's not even playing. He's getting benched pretty much.
Wow.
Those last 2 games. And I mean, when you want to talk about bigs that can make it get done and make it to the team, Wembanyama's a center that brought his national team all the way to the gold medal game. And whether he's shooting good or not, he's still the top dog on that France team. And I mean, Evan Fournier, I mean, we're talking about guys that we don't even know. I mean, we want to talk about Serbians that we don't even know that won't make, a top team. I think Wembanyama is dealing with a lot more than Nikola Jokic when it comes to talent. And obviously they had a different road. Like, they didn't play Team USA. They played Canada. Canada underperformed. I get all that. And when I'm talking about the Olympics, Nikola Jokic is the top dog, and no matter what league he's playing in. That's just plain and simple. But when you look at the games that matter, I mean, I got 2 words for you. Stephen Curry is a guy that gets it done. He's won 4 titles. He's done everything in the game of basketball that you can possibly imagine, the best shooter of all time. And I think when it comes down to it, I want LeBron James or Stephen Curry in a one-game winner-take-all. Because Jokic has not been able to do it throughout his career. Like, if we're going to call a spade, let's call a spade.
I would love for him to have help.
No, I get all that. I get all that. Like, I would love to have Steph shoot. I would love to have LeBron and all this, but I would also love to see Nikola Jokic. If Nikola Jokic had a Kevin Durant on his team, they'd have 2 or 3 titles. And that's no. I mean,
would they not though? Would they not? I mean, that's serious.
No, but I mean, let's call a spade a spade. I mean, Nikola Jokic dropped the game 7 up by 20 at home. He dropped the game against 2 big men that aren't even in the fucking like a top tier Olympic people. Gobert, trash. Karl Anthony Towns won't make the Olympic team.
Trash.
I mean, yeah, there we go. So who won? I mean, Anthony Edwards isn't even in the starting lineup, like, when it comes down to it. But I think there's a conversation that needs to be had about Jokic when he got his back against the wall, because up by 20 at home, blew it. Up 18 in the Olympics in the 3rd quarter, and he blew it. So I get his style of play. He needs to be more aggressive. He needs to be more aggressive when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. When you're going up against a Team USA team and you have Joel Embiid outscore you as a former MVP that he is, and on the Olympic team for USA, and like, that needs to be discussed. And I think a lot of Nuggets fans, the Serbian Nuggets need to be, they need to be addressed, because Jokic has done it twice in the past 6 months where he's underperformed when the going gets tough, and he's been up by a wide margin. I mean, if that was LeBron, or Steph Curry, you got to address it. And as a Steph Curry fan, he was up 3-1 in an NBA Finals, and he lost. And that needed to be discussed. And his greatness was being questioned. So I think Nikola Jokic, people love his horses, and he don't care, and he's from Serbia, and he's a big whatever the fuck you want to call him. But when it comes down to it, his last year of basketball has been a disappointment. Winning the MVP is not enough. Nobody cares anymore. So I think the Nuggets got a big question in, can they get over the hump? Because Jokic has not been the guy to take him over the hump being up by that many points.
Real quick, I agree. I agree with what you're saying about maybe he needs to be a little more aggressive, maybe a little more.
No, he does, ZJ. He does.
No. That's what let me talk now. Because I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, he probably needs to show it a little more and everything like that. I just hate comparing situations to like a LeBron or a Steph and whatnot, because their teams are a lot different than the Denver Nuggets. No. If you want to look at anything, so like, I hate comparing that. Like, I really do. Like, it's literally like, and I'm not even saying this to like dish at you or anything like that. But if you were to put like a D Wade or a Kevin Durant with Nikola Jokic, I mean, like we don't have reliable players he's playing with right now in Denver. You know what I mean? Like you look at, so I get what you're saying, and I agree with you with him. He needs to be more assertive, more dominant, more aggressive. But one guy on a team with average guys can't just do everything.
Those guys are not average.
There has to be, okay, but Sach, again, I would rather have a Chris Bosh, a D Wade, a Clay Thompson, an Andrew Wig. Like throw any of those guys, any one of those guys you pick, I would love to have. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying our guys aren't great, but I'm saying we don't have reliable guys. We have guys that can go off, but we don't have reliable guys right now. I mean, so I just hate putting all the blame on him. Like he is doing a lot. Maybe he needs to step more up as a leader. Sure. But like one guy can't do it all. You know, it takes a team in basketball. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, get him some help. Like address it. Get the guy some help. Like seriously. Like I would, but and again, like, and this isn't a dig, but like if KD and Nikola Jokic were together, that would be pretty special. You know, I could see them having 2 or 3 championships, maybe. I don't know. But
I think unfortunately though, you're not going to see it, right? And I'm just being honest with you.
no, yeah.
And I don't know if it's the Crunky way or whatever you do. You got the bag, you got the chip, and then they just haven't tried to build it up and continue to grow. They're happy letting guys go. They'll bring in a Westbrook. We all agreed he's not, to your point, he's not KD. He's not Luka. You let KCP go and you bring in Westbrook. Like I think they got the championship and ownership is happy with that. You're selling out. Everything he wants is done. We're selling out games. We're good to go. They're not trying to run a 2, 3, 4-peat. They're not. And they're not trying. I think if you looked at the salaries down as well between that championship year to now, they're good, unfortunately, because they don't. And maybe, well, he's a Kroenke. He owns every damn fucking sports team. He has a team like in every league. He can spend. But they're not the Knicks. They're not the Lakers. They're not Philly, Golden State, Boston. So you got to grow your resources. And I don't think they're looking to do that. I just don't. I think they're happy where they are. We got Joker. Let's see what we do. Jamal. Hey, if we come in second, third, fans will be happy. We can say, look what we put out there. We competed. And he's not really going to have a fair chance. He's just not going to get that with the team. You know, it's not going to happen, man. They like Westbrook isn't the answer.
And as a Jokic fan, a Denver fan, that's the part that sucks. Is like you have a guy who is quote unquote one of the best players in the world, and it's like don't waste his time, don't waste his years. Put some people around him. Like the dude is phenomenal. And it's kind of what I was saying in the text line too. Like he does a lot with less. You know, he creates a lot of things, especially for the team. So
he's 28, but he probably has the miles of like a 30-year-old. Just with all his international play before he came here, he continues to play with Serbia in all the games. Like our team just went to the Olympics. We had Brunson, Hart. We had like the B team qualify us. Joker plays in all those every offseason, like when they qualify and all that stuff.
No, he has a lot of. He didn't play in the World Cup.
He didn't?
No,
because I know he doesn't play there, but he just has a lot of miles, and why not? And it's going to hurt you guys in a way. He has to go somewhere else, and that might be what happens. He's going to wind up going to a big market team to get a ring, like 2 more rings. I was always thinking before the end of this season, I was thinking Luka would come up to eventually make his way to Denver. But now maybe he'll go to Dallas. And it's not that Denver wants to leave or he wants to leave, but how many times we see with players, right, especially in the NFL, where when they get a little longer in the tooth, the team's like, hey, go get your chip. Go. Thanks for what you did. But that's my take.
We'll see what happens. I think I mean, like it's going back to like NBA talk, obviously off season right now, but it's like we said, I mean, the West is just continually getting better each day, each moment and everything. So, it's a gauntlet. It was a gauntlet this past year. It's going to be a gauntlet next year. There's a lot of moves being made that were made in the off season. The West is crazy, man. The West is no joke. It's stacked over there, so you got to be up and ready for sure. And of course, the Celtics aren't going anywhere over there in the East, especially with big paydays. So I mean, we'll see cool stuff. Shout out Team USA doing their thing, guys. Shout out to all the viewers and listeners right now. This is the Bet Champ Show after hours. You got the fellas, you got Sach, you got Big E. No Wit tonight. Wit's on sabbatical or something like that. Who knows? We'll find out a little later. He's off and rolling, but you got the fellas in here.
Team USA won. Wit wasn't making it on today.
Yeah,
he wasn't making it.
Wit's 3 sheets.
He wasn't making it on today. If France wins, he'll be the first one looking for the link.
Yeah. But shout out to all you guys. Appreciate you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, want to throw something out into the show for a conversation, we'll definitely give you a shout out on the show. But appreciate you guys viewing and listening. We got a couple. Obviously, we got some preseason games. I just kind of wanted to go around the room. Are the fellas interested in those at all? Is there anything that's going to catch your eye this weekend? Anything you are going to be viewing a little bit, or is it just like, no, I'm just waiting for the real deal? We'll start with Sach.
No, I mean, I'm not really too interested in it. I might be more interested, when the Cowboys are playing, and they got their. Usually the first preseason game for all these teams, they got the backups in, and then they'll play the starters the second game for about a series or two. But I mean, other than that, not really interested. But I think the Broncos are an interesting topic with Bo Nix. I'm seeing that he was labeled third on the depth chart, and Sean Payton was just saying, we threw a roster out there to the NFL, but. I don't know. I gotta wait till like the second week to really have an opinion on a lot of stuff. Second or third week, but it's looking like Bo Nix is going to be the starting quarterback, which I probably would agree on. So that's really all I got to say for that until the weekend gets going.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was looking up the the stats. Yeah, even Drake May had 3 attempts for 19 yards. I was hoping to see the rookies maybe a little more. That would be something to watch, right, to check out the rookies. But there's really nothing that excites me about the preseason, especially, I don't know, it was about 3 years ago. They just stopped playing. You stopped playing starters in the preseason. So, and the Jets, like already announced, Aaron Rodgers won't take any snaps. I doubt you'll see Patrick Mahomes. So you get to where now even the rookies aren't playing. So, but that would be something interesting. Let's see how these rookies do. Maybe in week 2 or 3, the rookie quarterbacks. Let me get on one more one here. I mean, New England beat the Panthers. Goodness gracious. The battle of the basement.
It's crazy you said that about New England. Obviously, they got Drake May over there, their first round pick. They also, you know who they also have though is they have Joe Milton and everything. I've heard a lot of stuff about Drake May. He's not really looking too great and whatnot. Obviously, it's early, but Joe Milton had my interest in his combine and everything. Obviously he was throwing freaking bombs and whatnot. So I'm sure he'll be playing a lot in some of these preseason games. Yeah, not really too interested in the you always got some first stringers going up against third stringers. Guys are going to get cut. For a lot of these guys, it might be their last NFL game, which is the sad reality of the NFL and everything. But so this is where you're going to find, who's making that roster and everything. Obviously, I'll have my eyes. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, who's the Giants receiver? The rookie?
Malik Neighbors.
Neighbors. Yeah, he didn't play either. It's like, what? Come on. You're a damn rookie. You got to get out there, catch some balls, kid.
Yeah, but they're right now, New York and the Lions they're doing team practices and everything, so they're having full on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is cool. I like when teams doing that during the season. But Malik Neighbors is.
Go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna say I love that the NFL fined them each too, $200,000 for fighting both teams. I mean, they were pretty direct. This is each team got fined $200,000 for those fights they were having, and the league just said, we're not having it. This is $1 billion organization, and we fucking I'm not going to have you hurt yourself. If you're going to get hurt, it's going to be on the field. It's not going to be Daniel Jones getting in a fight, against a fourth-string lineman that's not going to make the Lions. Like, we're not doing this. The league came down with it. I like that because, I mean, it would suck if he got hurt on both sides, on some dumbass script. Like, unfortunately, it's not even unfortunately, times have changed. In the 80s, 90s, that was routine. There's going to be fights with your teammates even, let alone just that. But when you did these scrimmages, it got down. But the NFL is like, nah, we're $1 billion industry, man, and we need our stars. So I guess I'm going to watch because I love football, but I need week 1. We need to get going. We're so close. Close. We got 3.5 weeks of baseball.
I was going to say, because he mentioned Malik Neighbors and him not playing in the preseason game, but I mean, the dude's their first round wide receiver. I think the Giants know what they got right now, especially with some of these practices. Dude's blowing by Lions players like it's nothing, catching bombs, and then he's running back to the opposing teammates, and he's letting them know what he just did, causing fights and everything. So I don't know. I like that energy going into the season.
Yeah.
Everything. He looks fiery. Like I said, he caught a bomb, blew by everyone, ran up to some dude who wasn't even guarding him, hit him on the head, let him know what happened, and then that's how the fight all started. So he's got a little fire in him. Malik Neighbors. So we'll see. But
your boy Drew Lock, he was 4-10, 17 yards in the touchdown. So he finished Denver strong with a QBR of 8.3. So
they were
that's with a touchdown.
That's interesting you said that because you see, and here's the other thing too. You're going to start finding out in this offseason. Obviously, you want to see guys in the starting roles and everything. But Brian Daboll, coach of the New York Giants, said they're having a quarterback tryout pretty much. Daniel Jones is not necessarily going to be the starter as of right now. They're looking around for things, and I know with last year with how some things went, Coach Daboll, his ass was pretty much on. I think a lot of us thought he was going to get fired during. Obviously Daniel Jones got some things happen and everything, but this year he's definitely on a little bit of a hot seat. So, he's not playing around.
Somebody other than they got Locke and DeVito right now. So I do think Jones can beat both of those guys.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Danny Dimes, to call him.
But yeah, obviously not really too interested in any of these preseason games. They're honestly just really boring, slow. However, I will have my eyes on this Denver one. It's Denver versus the Colts. Obviously, there's so much going on with the quarterback thing right now. It sounds like Jared Stidham will get the start, but I do believe week 1, Seattle in the official season, Bo Nix will start. But Jared Stidham is starting the preseason game.
Right. Yeah, just him and Wilson.
No, Bo Nix will be number 2. But they're easing into things. I've heard great things though. They're just they're just easing in.
Everyone says he can throw it.
Yeah. But, I've been hearing some great things. I also I know I gave you guys a list of names for some guys we're looking out for. Obviously, we got Jaleel McLaughlin, Audric Estime. Here's a name to watch out for the Denver Broncos. Devon Vele. Write it down. Keep it in your pad. Devon Vele. Vele.
Oh, Vele. Okay. God bless him. Vele.
But cool stuff. Not much really going on right now. Obviously, USA with the big win in men's basketball. Not really a whole lot else going on in the sports world outside of training camp type of stuff. I know Witt's more of our MLB guy. We're not too focused really on basketball and everything. Really short. So we're kind of short at time right now, but I'll go around. If you guys have anything you want to throw out there, we can definitely get the ball rolling, or we can just do some last minute stuff.
Shit, I'm not really too sure. I mean, go ahead, E. I don't really know.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, we're winding down on those Olympics. I was just going to get us I'm trying to bring it up here. I mean, we're 30 more medals than any other nation. China's right behind us with 73. We're at 103. And then we got one more gold than China. So
Right, the gold race.
Overall,
the gold race
good,
right
good
now
run
is set.
overall good run for Team USA, but we're gonna have to wrap it up and focus on some of the college should be starting in about two weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks, I guess. So
yeah, the next show we got to be kind of breaking down the college, the conferences that we
college stuff. Get it going.
Oh yeah,
I like
100%. There's woo. I'm ready. See, throughout the years, I've never been too big on college football and everything. Not really paid too much attention. Obviously, you watch the big games and stuff like that. But last year, and obviously, CU had with the stories and everything, had a part to do with that. But man, I'm very excited for college football. Like college football is pretty badass, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. That's so looking forward to some of that. Obviously, we'll go over some things. We still need to figure out, obviously, with the NFL season nearing in, what we're gonna do fantasy wise. Obviously, we're gonna have a what's it called, Sach?
The what?
Everyone picks a team, right? If you win, you go on. Lose, you're out.
Survivor League.
Obviously, yeah. So we're gonna do some fantasy stuff. So Survivor Leagues, obviously, the Bet Champ Show pick show is going to be coming out each and every week. Sach and myself will be doing that. We'll get some guests on there. $1,000 cash prize, I think, is what has been determined. So very excited for that. Guys, let us know what's going on though. If you ever want to reach out to us, just send us a DM. If you want to be a part of the show, anything like that, we'll definitely get you in here. Short show tonight, obviously, just not a whole lot going on. But again, shout out Team USA men's basketball. So real quick, we'll kind of start to put a bow on this thing now that it's short and sweet. Just go around the room real quick. Anything we want to throw out to the air, to the public, let them know what's going on. We'll start with Sach.
Don't got much. I mean, obviously, USA basketball is going to be the big thing for the gold medal game against France. But I mean, other than that, if Team USA wins, I mean, mission accomplished. We put this team together to dominate, and minus the hiccup that they had today, but they should beat France by a good margin. But other than that, I mean, shit, we're honestly just ready for week 1 football, and we're gonna be off and rolling. We got the college conferences coming up probably next show, so stay tuned for that. But I mean, go Team USA. That's all I really got to say.
Like it. Yeah, I agree with all that. August 24th is the first college football game. You got 3 games. Florida State kicking it off at 10 a.m. So now we're almost there. Yeah, I guess really excited. I'll do the name drop. I'm gonna drop the name drop of all name drops. I'm excited for college football. My old boss, General Clark, is the new executive director of the college football playoffs. He's the big honcho. So really interesting to see how that leads and how that goes. I'm texting him every day. Can we get Rutgers in there? How about the home of college football? What a great way to start the new extended tournament with the first college football game ever played at Rutgers. Let's just put it together. But it's not looking good right now.
Tell them to get us out there, E. Fuck.
What's that?
Yeah.
Tell them to get us out there.
Yeah. Can we get the show out there? Is that a thing?
So let me tell you what would be the coolest, and I don't know because it's so regulated, lawyers and everything else. It'd be really cool to have them on the show. 10 minutes with the fucking executive director of the NCAA college football playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, low key.
Yeah, that would be a big win. I don't know if he's giving tickets. I mean, look, I worked for the guy. We know each other. It's not like I go to birthday parties. He's got probably 1,000 people in front of me for tickets. You know what I mean? But we do communicate, text or Facebook and shit like that. But
of course. Yeah, you got some digits.
I'm on the show for like 10.
Look at E.
Yeah, like, hey, why is that? Where's Colorado, sir? We're just curious. What is I don't know. You be careful because you never know what's gonna drop on them. Oh, here we go. When are we getting steroids out the league or what? You gotta be careful what I present in front of them. Yeah, have you ever met him? You ever met him, ZJ?
I
When you
think,
were there?
yeah, he was there when I was there. I think he was obviously the wing commander, right?
Well, he was when you were there, he was the 3-star at the academy, and when I retired, he was the 1-star.
No, okay, then maybe I haven't. I'm thinking someone else. That's awesome though. That's
good.
badass.
Yeah, this is a name drop. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, ZJ, it was all fun today, man. Serbia balled out. Nothing to hate on that, man. So
yeah, no, you should be proud. Be proud.
Yeah,
Nuggets fans should be happy in that regard.
No, they should not be happy because they should be like, "Fuck, you blew another fucking lead." So they should be fucking terrified.
We're terrified.
They should be terrified that he blew another goddamn lead.
We're
they should be
terrified
fucking
with
worried.
Jamal. That's what
they
we're
should be
terrified.
worried about the fucking Jokic fucking blown
We're terrified
leads.
with Jamal.
No, they should be worried about the Jokic blown leads.
Hey, so I don't know if it's true or not, but I do think you should be terrified of Jamal only because the word out of Canada is that he's injured. He's not playing healthy. He should be home resting, getting ready for the fucking season. He's going to come into this league, start the season, and get hurt, if he's not hurt already. What's this guy doing, man?
Scapegoat. Another Jokic scapegoat. Add him up. Another Jokic scapegoat. Jamal's not healthy.
Guys, shout out to all the live viewers and listeners. Appreciate you having here. Sach loves having you here. He loves when you get them all riled up and everything.
Here's the thing. I'll give you a Joker before you wrap it up. In Joker's defense, in my mind, so I don't like Embiid.
Embiid was busting that ass.
But listen, I'm saying,
Embiid was busting that ass in the fourth quarter.
I don't want Embiid on the Knicks. I would open the door for Joker, and I think every other team in the league would take Joker on their team. Some of them are going to be like, I don't need big. Because guess what I'm watching? Embiid definitely was busting that ass. And what else was he doing?
Busting his ass.
What else was he doing? Flopping up off the floor, falling down like he always does. I said, this guy's going to get hurt right here. Just stop. But Joker's the guy that you don't like until he's on your squad. Embiid's just, he's going to slow you down. But anyway, that's my thing. I think Joker's all right. I'd love to have Joker on the Knicks. Or in Dallas. I like to see him play with Luka.
I would too.
That'd be kind of.
I would too. Guys, recognize greatness when you're in the mix of it all. This is the Bet Champ Show After Hours. We appreciate you guys being here. We will be back on Saturday for that parlay show. And we are due to hit, baby. We are due to hit. We just got to figure out this first leg, which I know we will have figured out by the time you guys are up and watching, ladies and gents. As we always like to say, hey, appreciate you guys, love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Stay fresh, stay frosty, and we'll catch you later.